I'ma just be extra corny and say, hey, sometimes we just gotta roll with it. I often say I'm a teacher, not a speaker, and it really hit today. You see, after 14 years classroom experience back in spring of 2018, I left the classroom. There was something else that I had to do. I had to become Mr. Manning 2.0. I had some great experiences. I worked with some amazing people. I truly learned things about myself that I wasn't even aware of. I got to increase my network. One of the things I could take from that time period is strengthening all my weaknesses. There were areas in life that I just fell short. And for a majority of the time that I spent out of the classroom, I got to sharpen those skills, which really made me Mr. Manning 2.0. So after almost 5 years, today, second semester was my first day back in the classroom, and it was an amazing experience. As I started this video, and I'll be brief, sometimes we just have to roll with it. So I got to school today, got to see some coworkers that I knew from the past. I got to meet some new teammates. I'm looking forward to finishing this year strong. However, things didn't go as planned. We gotta learn just to roll with it. I was placed on the STEM team to teach science. The teacher whose class I was going to be taking over, she was out, but we were supposed to be working together, shadowing, but everything worked out. We split up the students, and I had the opportunity just to study the team and study the students today. But when it got close for the day to start wrapping up, when I say the skies opened up, we had a big piece of lightning and thunder, and we got tornado watches, and we started to hear about school districts closing down. And then we got the message that our school district was shutting down. So we had students calling parents. We had dozens of parents pouring in at one time to pick up their students and get them home safely. And this was right at the time when, once again, the day was wrapping up. The buses are getting there. And then it went from a tornado watch to a tornado warning. So we had to pull all the students and bring them in the hall and had them knelt down in the hall. So we had to pull all the students in the hall. They were knelt down with their head against the lockers, almost in a kneeling fetal position. And we were just there for a while, and it finally started to slow down. And our administrator said, okay, since the team that I was placed on today, since there's only a few students left, you all can leave. And one teacher, he volunteered to stay. He said, I'm the only one not married without children. I'll stay with these students. You all could go home. So I went to drive home, and I realized that the buses were blocking the area where I was parked. So now I could actually leave, but I'm blocked in. And sometimes we just gotta roll with it. I was scoping out the land, and fortunately I drive a big boy with a V8, and I scoped out just enough space where I could hop the curb. I was a little nervous because the ground was saturated, but I realized, just like that science concept of momentum, once I have that big V8 rolling, I gotta get going. I gotta allow that mass and that acceleration to come together and get moving, because if I don't pace it just right, I could get stuck right there in the mud. But I had just enough momentum after I climbed and hopped that curve, and I started to drive, and it was a narrow opening between a light fixture and some lights in the school sign, but I had just enough space where I kind of brushed against some of the actual bushes and stuff, but I made it out and got back on that road, and I headed home, and the entire sky was just lighting up with bolts of lightning. But I made it home. I got through the rain and had an amazing dinner. So we must learn how to roll with it, expect the unexpected. I gotta say this, I was prepared for it. I had prepared my dinner from last night. I actually made a couple meals so they could be ready. Because if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Now remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker, and I want you to have an amazing day.